What's going on, everyone? So the Los Angeles Lakers have a tough stretch coming up with not your main guys, and it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. Lakers so far are 1-1 in the no Luka, no LeBron era. Austin Reeves put up 92 points collectively in those two games. He's doing everything he can to try to carry us. But now we play the Minnesota Timberwolves. And then after that, we play the Memphis Grizzlies. You have to get at least one of these wins. Have to. Minnesota, luckily for us, they are without Anthony Edwards. They're dealing with some injuries as well. Lakers just came off of a win. I do still think they absolutely can beat us, but they, even with Anthony Edwards, lack playmaking and ball handling, which benefits us, and we'll see who ends up actually playing because we may end up lacking that as well outside of Austin Reeves, like you saw, particularly in that Portland game when Austin Reeves went to the bench. We could not generate anything because you didn't have any ball handlers. You didn't have any playmakers. I mean, even JJ Redick himself called that out and spoke on that of like, hey, it's kind of hard to generate out when you don't have guys that can make the plays, right? Like, so, hey, you did 1-1. Chef kiss, beautiful. I'll take it. Like I said, just stay afloat. That's all they got to do. Stay afloat. You'll get Luka back. Right? If you could finish, 2-3, or in a perfect world, 3-2 during the 5 games that Luka's going to miss, that would be phenomenal. I actually think the Lakers have a chance to beat Minnesota and beat Memphis, genuinely, right? It's going to take Austin Reeves' heroics and performances, but I do think that there is a way in order to do that. And I do think that Minnesota being without Anthony Edwards is a huge benefit to the Lakers. And I also think that, Memphis dealing with a bunch of injuries also could be beneficial. They should still have Ja and Triple J. So they're still going to have their two main stars, but they're dealing with a lot of depth issues and concerns as well. So I think the Lakers at least have a puncher's chance with those two teams. The team that if I had to pick one, Minnesota, Memphis type thing, it would be, I'd prefer to win the Minnesota game. Right? Like if I could just hey, Tyler, pick one that you want to win because they're going to lose the other. Give me the Minnesota game and lose the Memphis game. Obviously, I want them to win it both. But I just personally, and again, I could be wrong. It's so early in the season. I'm not really worried about Memphis and the Lakers being in tiebreakers, right? I don't think Memphis is going to be very good this year, even fully healthy. They could go on some run, and you never want to sleep on Ja and Triple J and stuff like that. But I think that they'll be kind of more towards the bottom, if not a play-in team. Where I think the Lakers will be when they get everybody healthy and right. I think they'll be more towards the top of the standings. Where Minnesota, I kind of worry more about tiebreakers personally. It's very possible that, Memphis ends up going on a run when they get everybody healthy and they are really good. And, it wasn't that long ago that they were the 2 seed in the Western Conference, but I think the game is, kind of teams have caught up and things have changed and stuff like that. And you have some of these young teams that, like San Antonio, I think is still going to be really good this year. I don't know if they're a contender, but I think that they're going to be pretty good this year. Obviously OKC, Houston, they're kind of going through their struggles and stuff. Denver's kind of figuring stuff. Everyone, luckily it's early and everyone's kind of clumped together, right? So the Lakers, even if they do have kind of this bad stretch while Luka's out, I'm hoping they don't go 1-4 or something like that, or 1-5 in the time that Luka's out. You got to win a couple of these games. But to me, I think that, I do think that the Lakers will kind of right the ship when everything gets done. I don't think it'll necessarily be panic mode depending on how long Luka's out. If in a week after 5 games, Lakers are 1-4 and Luka is going to sit out another week, now we might be in that danger zone territory, right? Especially in the Western Conference that's so tight. And you're in a kind of favorable schedule right now, right? Losing to Portland hurts because, it's a team that you probably beat if you have everyone healthy and ready to go. But look, done is done. You can't change the losses. All you can do is fix the wins. You take your L, you take your lumps. Again, how do you respond to losses? Lakers took a loss on opening night, which hurt against the Golden State Warriors. How do you respond? You won 2 straight. Unfortunately, Luka ends up going down in the process, right? But you take another L. How do you respond as a team? Jake LaRavia, can he be better? right? Dalton Connect, can he be better? DeAndre Ayton, can he be better? He was great in the, like, I wanted more from him in that Portland game. I thought he was great. I mean, the Minnesota game and the Sacramento game, he was great, fantastic. But again, need to see a little more from him going forward. Rui Hachimura, right? Like, can these guys pick it up and play well? Hopefully we get Jackson Hayes and Marcus Smart back. Like JJ Redick is hopeful. He didn't say that they are coming back. He said that he's hopeful that they come back. If you can get them back, that could change some things. That could help, again, give you another ball handler, help with some defense, give you some backup and support. It's tough right now because, again, you're not just missing your two main guys, which is hard for any team. I mean, you take SGA and J-Dub off of OKC for any significant time, they're not going to be the OKC that you think that they are. But it's not just like, oh, we're missing those guys. We're missing those guys plus another 3 to 5 rotation players, right? So it's just like at some point the mountain becomes too high to climb, right? Too much to overcome. And, when you're missing LeBron and Luka, and then, oh yeah, by the way, Marcus Smart, Jackson Hayes, right? Like Gabe Vincent, so on and so on. It becomes tougher and tougher. When you only have 7 guys and 2 of those 7 guys probably won't even see the court when we're fully healthy. And then the rest is just G League guys. It's kind of a tough spot for you to be in when you're the Lakers. So to me, it's just like, I don't think we could put too much weight into this situation, but the Lakers got to figure some stuff out, right? Lakers are they're going to have to dig deep. JJ is going to have to figure some stuff out. The team as a whole is going to have to figure some stuff out. Guys are going to have to step up better on both sides of the basketball. We're going to need more consistency from guys. Like I said, this is a good opportunity for guys like Jake LaRavia, Rui Hachimura, DeAndre Ayton, so on and so forth, right? Dalton Connect. It's a good opportunity for those guys because, you don't have your main guys. And it's up to you now to kind of work stuff out and figure it out. You're not going to play perfect every game. They're role players for a reason, right? If they were locked 20-point-a-game scorers, then they wouldn't be just role players. They'd be getting paid big money on other teams or on the Lakers, right? They're role players for a reason. They're there to play a specific role, and on the random nights could give you that. But they need to find some form of consistency, whether that's 10 a game or it's 15 a game, whatever, right? Jake LaRavia's got to kind of find his medium. He's got to find the average, right? Dalton Connect's kind of got to find the average. Rui, guys like that, right? We need guys to kind of pick it up, play up, and kind of fill the void here, right? Like Austin Reeves, again, like, he's probably going to keep doing what he's doing. He's probably going to continue to drop 30 plus a night. He's probably going to average 30 plus. I think he's averaging like 36 a game right now, like to start the season. He's probably going to do that, which this is good for him too, because the last 2 years, and I've talked about this, last 2 years, he actually started off very poorly. So it's nice that he just right out the gate has just been in fuego and all around in fuego that, I'm hoping that that'll allow him to kind of find his consistency throughout the season in its entirety rather than, you kind of see him the last few seasons, little rocky, then inconsistent, then, starting to pick things up, and then one little last bad stretch, and then kind of the consistency until he gets to the playoffs. So, I'm hoping that this is good for even him to kind of get into a rhythm throughout the season, right? But he needs help. Right? Like, again, even him averaging 40 a game, even if he does do that, he's still going to need help. And I just thought the team was much more, granted they had more guys and they had ball handling and all those other things, but I thought guys were more invested and engaged, which you're coming off of back-to-back. Guys are gassed. Again, the Portland game, even in the live stream, I was like, usually I do my little 10-minute breakdown. It was like 2 minutes. I was like, there's no real takeaways from this in a negative manner, right? Because again, you're just so, there's obviously things that they need to work on and continue to work on and whatnot, but it's so hard to properly evaluate a game when it's like you have like 3 guys that are actually meaningful in the rotation and roster. So, Lakers, but again, there's no excuse. You got to figure stuff out. You got to work out. You got a couple days off. And now you're heading into the game. Then you get a day off, and then you're heading in on Halloween. You got spooky season, and hopefully it's a spooky game, and the Lakers end up pulling it out on top, right? Like so, but it begins with Minnesota, right? You got to handle business. If you can beat Minnesota, that's huge because now you're 2-0 on the series, which means like you only have to win one of the next two and you got the tiebreaker. So even if you guys finish the same record, you're in business. So this is a huge game, period, for the Lakers, right? Because Minnesota, again, is a team that can be very good. They're just in 2 straight conference finals. They're a team that's looking to finish at a better seeding spot, right? But they're kind of falling down due to the injury bug too. There's been a lot of it so far. And, look, a lot of what is successful for a season is what teams can stay the healthiest. So if the Lakers can, again, I think the Lakers have made the right decision, the right call. You let guys kind of rest, you let guys kind of get back in, and then you bring everybody back at once, and then they can start building towards the season rather than, you force Luka to play, even if he doesn't, exacerbate the injury, then it's like, okay, like, no, now you're playing him, and then LeBron comes back, and it's like, okay, now we can give Luka rest. That's just more time you're missing in them building chemistry. Even if it is 5 games, it's like, again, that's 5 more games that you could have had because you didn't have a training camp and all these other things to work on things. So just a lot that the Lakers are going to have to figure out. But got 2 big games, in my opinion. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass a question to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out. It's me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.